Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. Give yourselves a hand for showing up. Welcome to Amherst Media. This is a staged reading of Secrets from the Dressing Room. Random Secrets from the Dressing Room. It's an original work with improvisations by the ferocious women of Teatro Vida. Las mujeres feroces de Teatro Vida. I am Magdalena Gomez. I am the co-founder and artistic director of Teatro Vida, which was co-founded in 2007 with support from the Latino Breakfast Club. It's the first Latino-identified theater in the history of Springfield. I'm so happy to see such a high representation here from Springfield. Some of our original volunteers, our first poet in residence, Maria Luisa Arroyo, who is the people's poet of Springfield. Katie Lamberti Rodriguez, whose son went through the program and now she's here. And Elizabeth Callon, ¿dónde está Elizabeth? Elizabeth went through the training of this process too. And Narelle Thomas, would you please stand, Narelle? In fact, come up here for 1 second. Can you make some space for Narelle? Because I'm going to do a public apology to Narelle. Because her name got left off of the list of writers. The finale is hers. She wrote it. So, without further ado, I want to introduce the women of Teatro Vida, the Ferocious Women Ensemble, doing their original work, some of it improvisational, which will be improvised on the spot, and some of it written and rehearsed. So, please welcome the women of Teatro Vida, Ferocious Women.
I swear, nothing ever fits. It's either too small or too big. I don't know. I don't know about this dress. It's okay, I guess.
Does my face make my butt look big?
Wow, maybe I should bring this home. I think my husband would have a heart attack, though. Ooh. Hot soccer mom. Going wild. Systems analyst by day, seductress by night.
By night, she says. By night, I'm so dead I don't know what day it is. Never mind what I'm gonna wear. If I wear anything.
So, why do we need three-way mirrors? No one needs to get that close to look at their butt. That's what it looks like. Oh, man, that's not good. Oh, no badonkadonk going on there.
Leather? I don't know. I think my mom will come if I buy this. I don't know, but it's only $5. I probably might get it. I don't know. Let me see.
Mostly when I feel really incognito and think no one's looking. I'm a pecker checker.
I wish I could wear tunics and leggings. It just does not work for me. It's kind of like a pear balanced on two toothpicks. I don't know. It just does not work. But I like it on everybody else. Just not me.
This scarf. I might get it. It's kind of cute, but what's up with the sizes? I mean, instead of numbers, why don't we get things like you're beautiful or sexy, confident, something like that? Why do we need numbers? I don't understand. I feel like we do not need.
Okay. I'm done.
I have to get a present for my niece. And shopping for her totally stresses me out. She loves everything glittery and bedazzled. But the thought of getting something like that for her, it just makes my soul hurt. Every year I tell myself, just get her something girly and make her happy. But then when I get to the aisle with the girls' toys, I can feel the life getting sucked out of me. I call it the pink aisle because everything there is this weird, glowing Pepto-Bismol pink. And every year I try to get her something from the pink aisle, and I just cannot do it. But I'm trying again this year. No. My first makeup kit, ages 5 and up. Makeup for a 5-year-old? So if I get her this, and then someday she ends up on the Real Housewives of Western Mass with a Botox face and fake boobs, pretty sure it's gonna be my fault. Hello Kitty nail bar, ages 6 and up. Shouldn't 6-year-olds be painting pictures instead of their nails? Oh, so much pink. Ugh. Get the Guy board game, ages 8 to 12. Steal flirt cards from your friends. Be the first one to the mall with 10 flirt cards and get a date with the cutest guy at school. Oh my God! I am dying here! What are we teaching our girls? How are they going to grow up to be doctors and engineers and scientists if we are filling their heads with this drivel? Shouldn't we be encouraging their creativity and intellect? Why doesn't the pink aisle have microscopes and chemistry sets and building sets? And why is everything that horrifying pink? I don't know. Maybe I'll just get her a book. I could get her a book about a famous woman like Marie Curie. Oh yeah, that'll go over like a lead balloon. Shopping for the boys is so much easier. I just get them Connects or Legos or a model building kit. They love it, and I'm happy because they're using their brains and doing something constructive. Nope, that is not happening. I'm getting her Legos, and she's gonna thank me for it someday.
I can't put it into words how I feel, how I've been made to feel about my body, my hair, just me. How can you expect me to put any of that into words? How can I explain to you that I love and hate my body at the same time so that you'll understand? How can I explain that I think my curves are beautiful, yet I feel the need to hide them under big clothes? Society bombarding me with images of thin, beautiful, perfect bodies. How can you expect me to put into words how you made me feel when you told me that I'm a sinner because I was giving men impure thoughts, because my chest is too big and my shirt is too tight? I can't put into words how that made me feel.
I was always very developed for my age. I couldn't control my body. How is that my fault? How can I put into words that I wish I could be happy all of the time? But no matter how hard I try, depression always seems to bring me down. I love to laugh, but only because I spend most of my time wanting to cry. I can't put it into words how I feel.
A 2011 study by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control estimates that 1 out of every 7 Latina teens has attempted suicide. It also says significantly more Latina females in high school reported attempting suicide compared to girls of other ethnicities. The number of Americans affected by depressive disorders yearly is 18.8 million.
Depression is real. To all the chemically imbalanced minds out there, to all the undiagnosed, unnoticed, I'm here to say that this is real. No matter how many terms you heard, it's not that serious, I'm here to disagree. Because youth does not equate to a perfect bill of health. And telling someone to shake it off would be the equivalent of telling a patient in crutches to just shake it off. No off switch. Eye that sucker down for what it is. Because contemplating whether to get out of bed is just as real as heartbeats. Hopelessness, disease, not enough sleep. Feeling like you have air in your lungs but you still can't breathe. Depression. Depression is not a sin, but it is when you ignore it. Ignore souls that are pounding on their chest, pounding for help, help, help them. See, in my world, depression wouldn't be compared to sadness because in my reality, it is beyond that. A quietness in my voice that sounds like I don't want to do this, and I quote, I don't know what's wrong with me. All I want to do is close my eyes and never have to wake up again. It's like this whole world is slipping away and there's nothing I can do about it. People keep telling me I just need to snap out of it. Don't they know how cruel that is? I mean, do they think I want to be like this? Did anyone get the memo? I stand here with the intentions of creating an awareness card. Sign up now and you'll get to question everything you thought you knew about the capital D for free. See, we are no longer hunter-gatherers reacting to immediate danger. We are cramming jobs, kids, bills to pay, driving exams, breakups, makeups, divorce, the loss of loved ones. We're taking too many cold showers, barely soaking in the sun. People in America are more likely to have depression than those who live in third world countries. America the beautiful just became America the hazy. We the people do not need you to call us babies, poor, or lazy. Instead of openly speaking, we are saying, shh, shh, take this. Well, I don't want to just take this. I want you to know the battle within my mind. That the major cause for depression is the brain's stress response. And when that stress response is cornered with overwhelming amounts of stress, it shuts down, making me feel numb, feeling nothing. Depression is not the end. It's simply a question that will lead to answers. So I want you to take a permanent marker and cross out the stigma. Critically think, analyze. Don't be an empty vessel. Be a problem poser. Ready? One word. Change.
The Human Rights Campaign tells us that 4 in 10 LGBT youth say that the community in which they live is not accepting of LGBT people.
Stubborn Butch. It isn't like growing up a lesbian in the deep South wasn't without its comic moments. God knows the time my mama and grandma tag-teamed on me and signed me up for Mrs. Grace's Charm School for Little Misses has got to go down in the annals of Southern history as near disaster on a scale with the defeat of Gettysburg or Vicksburg. Here my mama and grandma have this idea that they are going to take me, Baby Dyke, who steals her brother's clothes to wear so I don't have to dress like a lady and I can get dirty and play sandlot baseball, and turn me into a Southern belle complete with parasol and a hoop skirt? The only way they got me to attend this torture is they took away my baby gun and refused to return it until I graduate from this tea-pouring school. Now, graduation consists of being in a fashion show at the end of 6 weeks of training. Like you some kind of dim-witted show dog with poofy hair. I was sure Mrs. Grace and her herd of big hair automatons were going to stuff me into some ridiculous dress and parade me around like a show cow. But somebody had a better idea. Somebody had better sense. Someone either realized who I was or what I was and took pity on me. When the curtain came up and they started trotting out all the other girls in their baby doll pretending to be a lady outfits, I got to come out as a version of me. The outfit that had been chosen was of a classy huntswoman. Black boots, tweed jacket, tight-fitting riding pants, and a funny riding crop. This I could live with. At least I didn't look like a Barbie doll. At least not a version I'd ever seen. The look on my mama and grandma's faces was priceless. No matching hat, gloves, shoes, and purse for me. No siree. And they had to give me back my BB gun to boot.
Oh, that. Yeah, it's been about 2 years. Guess I still have the scars. Guess I always will. You know, the worst thing was that my daughter found me. Well, she wasn't supposed to be home that day. She was supposed to be visiting her father that weekend. But she forgot her calculus book. Tú sabes, she's not even in high school yet, but she's in one of those gifted programs. Imagínate, I never made it past Algebra 1, but calculus saved me. Yeah, I don't know. I was really depressed. I don't know what I was thinking. Nah, that's not true. I do know. I had just seen Oprah. No, the shows. The ones about being born in the wrong body and transgender families. Something clicked. Because for as long as I can remember, I always felt like a boy. I never felt right in my body. I mean, I loved girls, still do. For years I thought I was just a lesbian. But I kept having feelings about more than loving girls, about my body. Feeling incomplete in one way, like I was missing vital parts. But then feeling like some circus sideshow freak because the parts I did have didn't fit. My image didn't match what was in my head and my heart. My image of who I thought and felt I should look like. Hating my tetas. Wishing I had a flat buff chest. Hating my period. Feeling it was unnatural for my body to be going through that monthly nightmare. Wishing I had been born with a penis. But I tried not to think about it, because the more I thought about it, the more afraid I got. But then I watched those Oprah shows, and I thought, that's it. That's me. And I saw families staying together. A few months later, my 40th birthday rolled around. They say life begins at 40, tú sabes. And I knew it was time. I couldn't deny myself anymore. So, I came out to my family as trans. But they didn't take it so well. We've been together 7 years and now you tell me? No. You're not the same person. You tell me you want to be a man? What the fuck? No, why can't you just be butch? I don't get it. I love you. I helped you raise your daughter. I love her like she was my own. We are family. How could you do this to me? Mom, if you're gonna keep dressing and acting like a man, don't come to my school anymore. Don't come to my chorus concert. Don't come to anything at all. Mija, you're too pretty to be a boy. How can you not love being a woman? Ever since you've been a teenager, you've been nothing but trouble to your family. Que desgracia tu familia. And I started to think my father was right. I had disgraced my family. my whole life. I mean, I dropped out of school. Oh, eventually got my GED, but I spent what should have been my senior year in and out of rehab and still could quit drinking and drugging until I was 27. Oh, I got clean and sober, but I got pregnant out of wedlock. Yeah, I was still trying to be a lesbian. I hadn't figured out I was a lesbian. I was still trying to be a straight girl. Oh, man. And that day, it all started coming back to me. It was already like, oh my God. I remember coming home, stumbling drunk. Mommy and Papi fighting with me and each other. The fights, the beatings, the tears, and Esperanza always in the middle trying to keep them from hitting me. Like one long montage of a bad novela. Felt ashamed of my whole damn life. Except for having my daughter. But at that moment, holding the blade to my wrist, I really believed she'd be better off without me. It was bad enough when she said she was a lesbian, but I got over that. I even went to lesbian bars with her. But this, I just don't understand how she could want to change her body, her beautiful body. I have a friend who had breast cancer, had to have a double mastectomy to save her life. And my sister is choosing this? It's self-mutilation. No wonder she tried to commit suicide. Why couldn't she have waited till after my birthday, coño? Everybody was depressed at my party. Why does she always have to top me? She asked us to call her Joaquin and to say he and him whenever we talk about her. I mean him. You see, I tried, but I still forget sometimes to say. You may accept her as a him, but I don't. She's a she, no ifs, ands, or buts. Oye, it wasn't my idea to come here. I don't believe in talking to strangers. Hey, no offense, I don't care how many degrees you got and that you're Latina, you're still a stranger. Lo siento. Don't apologize for me. Mira, I mean no disrespect, but some things are only for the eyes and ears of familia, and some things are for no one at all, punto. It wasn't the first time I tried to commit suicide. No, but it was the first time I got that close. Oh, long before my daughter was even born, I tried sleeping pills. Estúpido que yo soy. I was doing them one by one with shots of JD. On about the fifth one, I got so wasted. I passed out and fell on the toilet. About 12 hours later, I woke up. I looked and stank so bad. The thought of anybody finding me like that scared me into living. Oh, and until a few years later, when I got really depressed again. I was living in the Lower East Side, New York City. Yeah. I stood on the Brooklyn Bridge. And I almost jumped. But then I looked down. How cold and filthy that water was. I just couldn't bear to go like that and I see a fall. Plus, what if I somehow survived and hit my head on something down there? I'd probably be paraplegic. I couldn't live like that. I guess you could say I was trying to commit suicide all through high school and into my 20s. Oh, drinking and drugging the way I did? Phew, that's a slow death. But that day, 2 years ago, with the razor to my skin, I didn't think about anybody finding me then. I just wanted to go fast. I wanted to end a lifetime of pain. To tell the truth, I freaked out. I just can't stand the sight of blood, especially my own. Plus it hurt, coño! Yeah. So I would have called 911 even if my daughter hadn't found me. But I still had to go to the hospital. Sorry, get my head together. Spent about a month there. Oh, I've been in therapy ever since. It's been great. I've been healing 40 years of wounds. Even got my family to start going, imagínate. Oh, mira. That's my daughter, my life. Maria Teresa Mendoza, after my mother. I thought having a child would make me feel like a woman. But having a girl freaked me out. Oh, what did I know about being a girl when I didn't want to be a girl myself? She's a really good kid, though. Valedictorian of her 8th grade class. So I must have done something right? Yeah. Maria Teresa Mendoza. After my mother. Oh, yeah.
Get away, fudgebacker. Get away, fudgebacker. Get away, fudgebacker. Get away,
Don't be such a faggot.
fudgebacker. Get away,
Don't be such a
fudgebacker.
faggot.
Get away, fudgebacker.
Don't be such a faggot.
You
Get
little
away,
sissy.
fudgebacker.
Don't be such
You
a
little
faggot.
sissy.
Get away,
You
fudgebacker.
little sissy.
Don't be
Get
such a
away,
faggot.
fudgebacker.
Diesel dyke.
Get away,
Don't be such a
fudgebacker.
faggot.
You little
Get
sissy.
away,
Don't be such a
fudgebacker.
faggot.
Get away,
You little
fudgebacker.
Don't be such a faggot.
Get away,
You little sissy.
fudgebacker.
You little
Get away,
sissy.
fudgebacker.
Pussy.
Get away,
dyke.
fudgebacker. Get away,
dyke.
fudgebacker. Get away,
dyke.
fudgebacker. Get away, fudgebacker.
Are you a butch or a lipstick? Really? What does it matter who I am? You don't know me. You don't need to get to know me. I am who I am.
Remember in junior high, there was one guy that we all realized was gay. We didn't really know what that meant. And every day I thank God that I wasn't as mean to him as the other
So my
kids.
cousin likes boys. I still love him. He's funny as heck. He makes the party come alive. What does it matter who he loves? He's still my family. It doesn't
It
matter.
absolutely infuriates me when someone makes homophobic comments. I feel like asking them, do you realize how ignorant you sound? Who are you to
I
judge
remember
somebody
the
else?
time my friend told me he was gay, and I didn't know what to say. I mean, he was looking for, acceptance, and I just wanted to tell him it doesn't matter. You're still my friend. You're still a person. You are my best friend.
So these people who foam at the mouth about gay marriage, I feel like asking them, like, how does it affect you? So, I don't even know my neighbors. If I had a gay couple living next to me, doesn't interfere in my life one bit. It's not an attack
So
on
you stop being a human being because you're gay, because you love who you love. What does it matter? You're still a human being. It doesn't matter. So who cares? Love who you love. Be happy. It doesn't matter.
It's like that 10% thing. When I first heard that, I started counting off 10 people and figured, which one of those people is gay? But, I'm not that good at math anyway.
Inside my head, I'm screaming.
No one knows.
Afraid of what people would think?
I'm good at what I do. Pretending.
What will I regret most when I die? That I never let myself be my real self?
Fear of el que dirán kills more people than cancer.
That statistic comes from my intuition, which I have learned to trust.
Maybe there's still time to become who I really am.
I have dreams at night like everyone else. I work hard every day and give 100% to my company and my employees. My bank account has 6 figures. I am all set for retirement. Nothing less is expected of me. I wear high heels and suits every day for work. My hair must be straight and makeup done to perfection to hide all my imperfections. This scar here, I hide by applying a thick layer of concealer, a thick layer of foundation, and finish it up with pressed powder. I fell off my bike when I was 9. This chicken pot scar, I attack with a yellow tint concealer, to hide the redness of the skin. My Mary Kay consultant says I'm her best customer, and I pay her on time. But my feet hurt from the heels, so I carry around 3 pairs of shoes. For when I walk during my break, I carry high heels, low heels, and sneakers. But why can't I just wear what I want? All the others wear high heels, so I must do so as well. At home, my skin can breathe. No makeup, no clown face. I feel free and able to absorb the rays of the sun. I can be who I really am. I wear a simple cotton top, jeans, and sandals. I feel free, comfortable, and mobile. I wish I could feel like that every day. But at work, nobody knows who I really am. They only want to see the clown face and the fancy suits and pretend everything is just business and nothing personal. I am just another chess piece that must play her role to remain in the game. Not really a person, not a human. The choice is black or white. But what should I do? Years ago, it wasn't like this. I was judged by my actions and not by my looks. But instead of resisting, I just give up and go with the flow. I want to be daring and different, but I am stuck meeting other expectations. I have dreams at night like everyone else, where I can be me and nobody else.
Can I ask you a question? Sure. So why is it that the average American woman wears the wrong bra size? Right? I mean, of all the things that they don't get around to teaching us at school, for me, one of the main things is how to measure our own breasts so we can find the right bra. I mean, all the things that you have to get used to. Years, decades with the wrong bra size. You have to hold your breath so you can hook the hooks in the back, the straps digging in, or maybe one sliding down the side. Right? It's leaving your skin raw and itchy, or maybe one teta's higher than the other. The sides rolling out like biscuits. You know it's not right, but you do it anyway, right? You wear that bra. But why do you do it? Because it was on sale. Okay? You keep wearing it because it was on sale. Because good bras are expensive, and the really good ones, the sexy ones, are hard to find in bigger sizes. Don't even get me started talking about Spanx. I say, embrace your cellulite. Use it as a portable abacus to count your blessings on every single one. Cellulite, my dimples of delight. My body wants to tell you about about your anger. Why you shout. What messages you feel fall short of listening ears. I will not retaliate, won't return your anger. It's not that I don't hear you, it's that I understand you well. I read the script of your self-hatred through the veil of your insults. See how your slurs stab you like the tip of the knife you cower blind to. My body, she knows she is gorgeous. She knows the beauty of which she is capable, and she needs no reaffirmations from any source outside her heartbeat. She is an eternal flame, never worn, never weak. My body knows about your jealousy with her joy. She knows about all that you would give to be her. And my body thinks you and your chaos are beautiful. That you are stunning when you own your light, your form. My body finds no offense in your aggression, your anger. She doesn't hate you for your insults flung, doesn't find intention in any negative word your ego spews. My body sees herself in you, light refracting off pieces of obsidian like small mirrors, like matching lockets. She wants to hug the hurting child inside of you till she is ready to dance, till she is ready to shed her rusted armor, to cry her toxins dry. But my body cannot stay here in your lion's den of your despair. She must leave to find protection from your nails and hammers. She will not be a martyr to your current state of despondency. She gathers up her scales and dives as a sunset into her source.
I lost half my left boob. It all started on November 8th, 2012, when I went to see my OBGYN, you know, that kind of doctor, for my annual checkup. Everything was fine until the dreaded,
It's time for your mammogram.
I scheduled my appointment like a good girl for December 26th. Went in, had my boobs squeezed like lemon, the usual.
We might call you in a few days if we need to get new pictures.
Great, I said under my breath. Here comes that other phone call from the breast cancer center on December 2nd.
Ms. Nanali, we need to have some new pictures on your left side. How soon can you come in?
That's Nanali. My name is Nanali. Not to have to go through that pleasure again, but trying to be obedient.
How about December 5th?
Fine.
We need to spread out your breast as much as possible.
Ouch.
Don't be afraid, it's nothing.
Hold your breath. Relax.
Telling someone to relax never works. I repeat, it never works.
Breathe. Hold your breath. Breathe. Just one more second.
It hurts.
Hold on. Here it comes. Hold your breath. I don't like the way this looks. I'll feel more comfortable if we get a biopsy.
Well, I'm happy I could make we more comfortable. When did people start using the word comfortable like a context around the truth?
We? Comfortable? No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. I scheduled my biopsy for December 11th, the soonest appointment they had. I called my sister and I explained to her what was going on. Please don't say anything until it's time to say something.
Oh, no. Don't worry.
I would
No,
never
it's
say
in
anything.
the vault.
No problem.
Of course, knowing my sister the way that I do, I should have known she would spill the beans to someone. I do love my sister.
Sorry, Norma. The slip of the tongue.
Then she went and told my son Kareem, who, mind you, is in Boston going to school and he doesn't need to be worried.
Is there something you want to tell me, Mom?
After assuring him that I was fine and there was nothing for him to worry about, Kareem felt a little better. The day arrived, the biopsy.
Put your shoes in the bag. I'm gonna be there when you get out.
Don't forget the opening goes in the front.
Imagine lying on the bed, then 4 sets of hands flip your body over so your boob is hanging through a hole.
Are you okay?
No one asked. Or at least, I don't remember. So there's my teta hanging through the hole.
Teta.
Titty.
Boob. Booby.
Mammary.
Melon.
Yabos.
Hooters.
Yum bags.
Lady pillows.
Tatas.
Sweater puppies.
Knockers.
Jugs.
Bazookas.
Bazongas.
Chesticles.
Rack.
Meloncitos.
Breast. Breast cancer. Tata cancer? No, too perky. The only way you can make cancer sound good is with free at the end of it. Okay. So there's my face pushed into the leather. The doctor then pulls my teta and slaps it on a press. Did I mention the doctor was a man? That press was like the one they use for mammograms.
Or burgers.
He handled it like somehow it wasn't part of my body.
Squeeze.
Flatter.
Squeeze.
Flatter.
Squeeze.
Flatter.
Hold your breath.
Breathe.
Hold your breath.
Breathe.
Done.
Next, they numbed the area. A gigantic needle. The doctor's eyes moved from my needle to the bad boob.
Bad boob. Bad boob.
Let's see what you got inside there, you. Bad boob.
The needle then extracts cells to send to the lab. I can't move. It seems like forever. I leave my body. They finally finished. My teta's still hanging there, abandoned. The nurse told me I would hear something in 3 to 5 days. I heard in 3 days, December 12th to be exact. A call from my OBGYN, the one that started this whole thing. Another voice on the phone, his assistant.
Okay, honey. The doctor needs to see you in his office. Apple Sam, Adam Pencil, ASAP.
Apple Sam, Adam Pencil, ASAP.
This can't be good. Off I went to his office by myself, straight from work. Even when some of my coworkers who knew what was going on wanted to go with me. But no, I was gonna be Miss Macho Woman. And off I went by myself. Not a good thing. I got to his office in record time. And after what seemed like hours, it was probably more like 20 minutes, I was called in, was sent to his examining room, and later on, he came in.
I've received the results of your biopsy, and unfortunately, it's not good news, Norma. We found a malignancy in your left breast.
A malignancy in my left breast?
Malignancy.
Teta.
Titty.
Boob.
Booby.
Mammary.
Melon.
Yabos.
Hooters.
Yum yum bags.
Lady pillows.
Tatas.
Sweater puppies.
Knockers.
Jugs.
Bazookas.
Bazongas.
Chesticles.
Rack.
Malignancy.
Almost as he had read my mind, he
You have-
proceeded to say,
You have breast cancer.
after that, I couldn't hear anything else.
Oh my God, this can't be true.
I'm here every year.
Every year. I get a mammogram every year.
How did they miss it?
How did it get so big?
1 year.
How could they not see it?
After, all I remember was the nurse coming in and telling me that they wanted to schedule me to see a surgeon. And what was my preference? What was I supposed to say? Tall, dark, and handsome? The surgeon was recommended, and I said, fine.
You want me to make decisions? Right now? This minute? Where were you for the last 3 mammograms? Who read my results? I want answers right now. I want answers.
How is it possible?
Every year.
I get a mammogram every year.
How did they miss it?
How did it get so big?
1 year.
How could they not see it?
From 0 to 3 in 1 year?
How is it possible?
I went in to see the surgeon on December 18th. He confirmed the diagnosis and urged me to have the surgery sooner rather than later. Later on that afternoon, I received a call. My surgery was scheduled for the following day, December 19th. Of course, I cried. I just wasn't ready for all of this. But my surgery went smoothly. A lumpectomy, 12 lymph nodes removed, an overnight stay. Of course, I was a bleeder. And home the following day. A couple of days after the procedure, the surgeon himself called me to give me the results of the tissue and confirmed that, in fact, it had been stage 3. The tumor was about 1.5 inches. But the good news, there is good news, is that it had only spread to 1 lymph node. Again, thank God for that.
How is it possible?
Every year.
I get a mammogram every year.
How did they miss it?
How did it get so big?
1 year?
How could they not see it?
From 0 to 3 in 1 year?
How is it possible?
Off from work for 2 weeks. I'm a trooper, you know. The sooner I got back to some type of normalcy, the better. You would not believe how people treat you when they know you've had the big C. My coworkers, bless their hearts, they were walking around me like on eggshells.
Are you okay?
You're so brave. How do you do it? Ay, bendito. Pobrecita. Can I get you anything?
I found some actually trying to figure out what had been done to me. I often found some actually wanted to find out what had been done to me. But I really wanted to say,
My eyes are up here, not down there.
a lumpectomy. It's called a lumpectomy. The other thing I realized was some people were talking to me really close up. I really wanted to say I didn't lose my hearing, just half my theta. The best one was from my ex-boyfriend. Somehow he found out what had happened to me, and he gave me a call. After I explained to him the process, the chemo I was going to go through, the radiation, etc., the only thing he could come up with was,
So did you lose your breastises?
you see where his mind was. Typical male. They can put a man in the moon, they make nuclear missiles, they find drugs, cocaine in the ass of a chicken, but they couldn't diagnose that I had this thing growing inside of me sooner? Give me a break. There was still one more detail to get through.
We need to make an appointment for a port placement.
A port placement? Now they have to install some apparatus inside my body before chemo can start. Not necessarily sure as to what to expect, even after the doctor explained it to me several times. I went in, had this thing installed in my body. When I woke up, yeah, I forgot to tell you, you have to go under heavy sedation, which wasn't bad until I woke up and the pain kicked in. So I discovered I had a cut by the side of my neck, a tube going from the incision to another one above my right boob, as now they have to leave my left one alone. I don't like this uneven business, you know. And this round piece about the size of a quarter gets connected to the tube. You can actually see the piece protruding through your skin. It took a while for my body to get used to it and for me to resist the temptation to keep touching it, hoping that it wasn't really there, but a figment of my imagination. But like a flying saucer, it just sat there, ready for takeoff. So as if going through chemo wasn't gonna be bad enough, of course, now the oncologist told me of the most common side effects.
Dehydration, fatigue, mouth sores, nausea, vomiting, peripheral neuropathy, blackened nail beds, and loss of hair.
That last one did it for me. What do you mean losing my hair? I thought I was ready for everything, but not for this. After the second chemo treatment, my hair started to come off every time I touched it. Another chunk would come off. I couldn't deal with it. So I made a phone call to my hairdresser, and she eased some of my pain.
Come on, cut it real short and it won't be as devastating.
So I did. But it kept coming off. After the first few days, more and more hair came off. I had so many bald spots on my head. I looked like somebody had had an accident on my head with a pair of scissors. So I was devastated. So one of my coworkers decided, why don't you have it buzzed? And seeing that her son was a barber, I went in. She made the appointments. From the moment I sat on his chair, I cried my eyes out. The next day, I felt better. It was liberating. After all, it was only hair. I said to myself,
You can do this, Norma.
You can do this, Norma. To speed up the process, after a few days, I grabbed the razor and I shaved the few strands of hair I had left. I was really bald then. I had a cute round head. Not too bad.
Sexy, mamacita. Huepa.
Then, my sister came over my house, took one look at me, and started laughing. My loving and considerate sister, from the same mother and father, was hysterically laughing at my bald head. But she quickly defended herself by saying,
I'm just kidding, Norma. You have a cute head.
Sexy, strong, ferocious, smart, sassy activator. Because el hermano de ay bendito es jódete.
And I bandito isn't happening here.
I left it at that, knowing that my sister does truly love me, and it was her way of dealing with the shock. As I break my shell and it fades away with each new step, I discover myself for who I really am. Leave a piece of my stronger self with others so we can all grow together once we shed all that we conceive. We save all that we can't and save it as energy, making ourselves stronger with each breath that we breathe. And I still win answers.
Francesca Morales, Kim Carlingas, Jean Canosa Albano, Norma Natalie, Marcia Wilfit, Janice Aspen del Valle, Samali Morgan. And for most of them, their first time performing.
But on behalf of the ferocious woman, Teatro Vida, we would like to call Magdalena, our director, and thank you for all your hard work.